Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Set a Watch Doomed Run. Now, Set a Watch Doomed Run is going to be 1 to 4 players, and it's going to be published by Rock Banner Games. Now, this one's going to be a little different than most of the expansions that came in Set a Watch. Other than Outriders, which was just a creatures deck, all the Set a Watch games were standalone. You could actually play them in conjunction with each other, but they have everything you needed to play the game. Set a Watch Doomed Run does not. Set a Watch Doomed Run is meant if you have all the other content for Set a Watch. Now, there's not a whole lot of extra content that you need to purchase. You'll need the base game, the 2 expansions, and the Outriders deck there to play through all of Set a Watch Doomed Run. A couple other cool things that are with this is this will fit everything inside of it. So this is sort of like a big box for Set a Watch. It also sets it up in a way that it keeps everything separated. So if you want to play Swords of the Coin, you could just pop out the cards and you're ready to go. So I really appreciate that with this. And this here really sets up a campaign for all the cards that you had and all the sets that you had. Then you can go through, you can unlock new characters, you can get cool epic items for your characters, you can play through a story and gain new characters and new creatures that you have to fight that come with this. So there's a lot of content that comes with this itself. We did an unboxing. You can see all of that with it. There's a lot of cool tokens and cards that are new to the game, but I will say that the additional content doesn't really add a whole lot to the rules itself. It's very easy. Like if you play Set a Watch, you will just be able to jump right into this. This also has some cool features in it. It also lets you save your game as you go through, because some of these can be a little longish, so you might want to save. So you can save your progress. You can save your progress between realms that you're going to be going through. There's also a mini Set a Watch expansion in here that lets you play Set a Watch as a little small deck of cards, which I think is really cool, because you can go out and when you're out waiting for anyone or doing anything, or just need to blow some time, you can go through a Set a Watch game, and it's like a super thin deck of cards, so it's very portable. So I like that a lot. But there's a lot in this. What we're going to do is I'm going to show off the insert mainly for this game when we go down the table. I'm going to show you some of the cool things that you get with this. But just know that this is going to require, again, the other game content for Set a Watch. It's going to add a ton of replayability to the game. You have these realms, you can play them in order, so you can do a campaign style, unlock this stuff. But there's actually nothing stopping you after you complete this, just saying, I'm going to play realm 3. Go for it. If you like that one, you like the puzzly elements for it, just do it. It's really fun. So let's go ahead down the table. I'm going to show you what's in this box here, how I organized it, because there's a guide in here that shows you how to organize it and give you the ability to pull out things as you need, even if you're going to play the original games or Doomed Run. So yeah, let's go ahead down the table here and I'm going to show you all that. All right, so this is Set a Watch Doomed Run, and this is going to be a way of creating sort of like a campaign for all of your Set a Watch collection. I just want to start off by showing you how this works to store everything that you have in Set a Watch. Now you'll have this new board here you can use instead of the inside of each of the game boxes here. So in the past, you just use the inside of these game boxes here for your game board as you play. But all of the previous game boxes fit in here like this. And you can keep them separated like that if you want. However, if you're going to dive into the Set a Watch Doomed Run, you're going to want to organize it for the games here. And this is going to be a guide here on how to organize it and set it up so it's easier to play Doomed Run. Now, really simply, in general, you're going to have these dividers here, and they're going to, and here's going to be the campaign sets here, but they're going to, these dividers here are going to be for each of these. So it'll be set of watch creatures, set of watch locations, swords of the coin creatures, swords of the coin creatures. You have Forsaken Isles creatures for set of Forsaken Isles locations. And then you'll have Doomed Run creatures and Doomed Run locations. Also, you have the Outriders, which is a mini expansion that you could have got, which is just creatures. But just to show you here, didn't mess this up here. I actually put those behind, or you can use other dividers in here. But there's Doomed Run creatures and locations I'll show you. Now, this is the Doomed Run creatures, and in the Doomed Run, you're actually doing this for this queen here. She wants to cleanse all the realm of Unhallowed is her goal here. And here's summon cards that you're going to be used to increase or decrease the difficulty in each of these missions that you'll be running on here. And here's some of the monsters that you can run into in the game. There's some pretty cool ones in here. And throughout this game here, and there's some new locations, you're going to be mixing and matching the different sets here to form your game that you'll be playing. So if you want to play through this, you do have to have the base game and the 2 expansions and this to play it completely, at least, or to, you know, its full potential. It also has some legendary items in here too, but those sort of give away a lot that's in the story. And also, as you're going through this game, you're going to be unlocking these envelopes here, and they're going to have new cards in these envelopes, and that you'll add to the game. So you have new monsters, new items, new fun stuff, new realms to see, or locations, I'm sorry. But there's tons of stuff in these little packets that you'll unlock throughout the game. Also, there's this victory one too that you'll unlock at the end of the game too. We'll go over this little pocket watch one in a second. But basically, this is going to expand. You have a couple extra of these divider tokens for the things that you're going to gain throughout the game, and this will fill up. It'll also fit if you sleeve it too. So that's nice. But if you don't sleeve it, you're going to need something back here to keep it from moving around. But I like the fact that they did take into account that you could sleeve. Now the smaller items can go up here. You have your mythic, your items, and your party. So all of your character traits in there. And then you have a ton of extra tiles that'll come out in the game. And these are actually used in the different missions here for different reasons. But these are a ton of those that you're going to run into in the game itself. And that's how the storage will work for this. I actually put all these in here, and then I put all the dice in one here. I put all of the other components in one here, so like your campfire tokens, your money and stuff. And for the Forsaken Isles here has all of the player sheets here, so, and the rule books too. So I put all of the different characters that you can be in here. Now, I will mention that when you start this game, you're only going to have the base 6 characters, and you'll be unlocking them throughout the game. All right, and then there's these ones that you're going to unlock in the new Doomed Run expansion. Like you can get the vampire that has this cool Night Stalker ability here, which lets you basically look at the top 2 creature cards of the creature deck, pick one and place it in the graveyard, and return the other to the top of the creature deck. This guy's really important here, not only because he upgrades his own dice here, which is really cool, but you can sort of get rid of Unhallowed before you run into them. If you have a good guess of where they're going to be, you can put them back in the discard pile. That's really, really cool. We have the cult leader here. So he has a stance, which is epic. Equip a mythic item from another adventure not currently in your party, which is really cool. So you could get these mythic items that you unlock later on, you can use in this creature. Now, a little, not a spoiler here, but this game actually, Doomed Run, is going to force you to have to some of your characters are going to die. Some of your characters need to go back and defend the realm and stick around. So you're going to be losing characters as the game goes by. So it sort of forces you to go into new characters here. This one here is the Serpentfolk Lancer. At the start of the watch, Poison 2, the creature in X position in the line, where X is the value of the die spent here. Now that's pretty cool because that could go further than the first 2 positions, which is cool, as long as you can see them. This guy, and these guys have their own ability cards that I'm not going to go over that are really cool. So they'll all have 6 different ability cards that can go throughout the game, or maybe more. You have Firewood Cashier. Draw the top card of the unused location deck and gain firewood equal to the absolute value of the firewood modifier number of the card. So absolute value means whether it's negative or positive, it's positive. Then return it to the top of or bottom of the unused location deck. So a couple really cool things about this is you can filter through the unused location deck and you can gain some firewood, which is really cool. You also have the Royal here. It has a coin purse. Gain coins equal to half of the value of the die result, round it up, and place it here, which is pretty cool. Multi-talented. Choose one of your ability cards and swap it with one of the ability cards of Adventure Not in Play. So that's really cool. The Bard is going to be a really good way of answering for some of your dead heroes that have ability cards that are now out of the game. Now you could actually still use them, which is cool. The Knight has Assist. Give this die without changing its value to an adventurer on watch. The adventurer cannot spend this die to activate abilities. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, I put all those in there, and I put all the rule books from the other games in this one, and that's how that's going to be stored. That's slightly different than how they have it for recommending for storage, but I just found that that was really a good way of storing everything. In addition to all that, which we'll go over some other stuff in here in a second, you have this pocket watch, mini set a watch experience. So this guy right here is what it says, a mini set a watch experience. You have a mini board here. You have these locations. You have the ranger with all of his abilities. And these will have to use markers or little tokens to show you which side they're on. And you have all the monsters. So you could do the set a watch experience in just these few cards, where you could take anywhere and play set a watch, which I think is really cool. Now you do need to have some sort of marker tokens to be able to play this. So, you know, take a couple wooden cubes with you or whatever is just sufficient for that. All right, so that's how the box is stored, and that's how everything in the box. Now, the last thing I want to go over is set a watch. You have the new characters in here, but you're really going to go straight into realm setup. Now, one thing with Set a Watch Doomed Run is it's going to be using the doomed markers. So you need to have that expansion game for that. Also, you're going to be using the market, so you're going to need that too. There's a couple extra things in this, like you're going to have side quest deck here, and you can use the side quest deck to find new epic items and characters, unlock characters in the game, which is really cool. You're also going to have these tokens that are going to come out, and those are these tokens up here, and they're going to do different things. Like this one here, start the realm with 12 campfire. Each chopped wood action is increased by +1, so that's pretty cool. So there's different ones in here that do different things. Setup's going to be relatively the same, except for you're going to have some of these tokens for the adventures and stuff. And you're going to have these mythic items that come into the game here. And the mythic items are going to be unlocked for the characters, and they're super powerful items that you can use in the game. And like I said, you also will need to bring out the merchant. And you have some new item cards that came with the Doomed Run 2. But to start it out here, you're going to go through and you're going to set up each realm here. So you're going to go over the story here, and then it's going to show you what creatures you need to get, what Doomed Run creatures need, or sorry, what what creatures you need to get, what Doomed Run cards you need to get, and what sets you need. Here's the set of watch that you need to get, Swords of the Coin, Outriders, Forsaken Isle, and here's your maps here. Now you do need to have Outriders for this game too, because you can see even in Realm 1 it has it, and what you set your Doom at, and your map deck that you set up. And like I said, it's a little bit of a backstory here. You'll complete it, and then you'll go into the next one. There's also stuff in here about how to save your progress for your game, which with the extra locations that you're going to be going through, you're probably going to want to save your game. I say, like when you go through sets of 4 locations, you probably be times that you could take breaks in between, or you could just like power through a realm if you want. But there's not a whole lot, as you could see, that you have to learn new. There's probably one, and that's just this. Don't even. It really starts here for watch setup. Shows you a couple of the little changes in the game itself, like having your epic item out, having that tile out. You're already used to Doom, and you're all used to all the other stuff. And the location sets can be a little larger this time, depending. And it's basically just with those a couple additional things like the mythic items and stuff is all the really changes in here. So if you've played any of the Set of Watch games here, you could pretty much jump right into this. Just read through this real quick and you'll be right in. You could also download these PDFs here that help you save your progress between your games, which are really nice. And you can have these save sheets too for between realms too. So if you're going to complete all realms here, that's going to be good too. But yeah, so that's basically Set of Watch Doomed Run. You're going to be going through these realms. You're going to be losing party members. You're going to be gaining party members. You're going to get cool epic equipment or epic items for your characters. And these cool tiles will come out throughout the game here that help or hinder you depending. And you're going to see that you have them for your characters here. So you'll have like the royal here, start the realm with 8 coins. You'll have the knight here. Treat text on dragon cards as if they were blank, which is really cool. You have the bard, the cleric, the wizard, the beastmaster, the ranger, like your original set ranger card. So you have a towel for all of them in there, and you'll be gaining these throughout the game, which is pretty cool. So, and you do have these additional dividers here, so you can keep things separated as you play the game. Down below here, there's going to be saved cards, so games where you need to save your progress, they can go in there. So really nice divider. Everything's set up really nice. I like the fact that everything fits in here into this nice big box, and you can, after you play through all this content here, you can continue to play, which there's a ton of content in these. It's going to take a while to go through all 3 of these. And then you have even more content, a huge amount of content with playing all 3 of these together. And yet it's set up in a way that you can go back and play these anytime you want without having to do a whole ton of work to be able to separate everything back out. So I do appreciate that a lot. And I really like the fact that you finally have a board for it. I like the idea of using these to the box as your board, but functionally I like a board better. So that's everything that's in this Set of Watch Doomed Run, and the general idea of the stuff that it's going to change with it, how it stores it, and the cool campaign that you're going to play through all the realms of the game. So would I recommend this? If you play Set of Watch, this is amazing. So if you really like Set of Watch and you have all 3 of them, and hopefully also the Outriders expansion, which is that little deck of cards here, I would highly recommend picking up Set of Watch Doomed Run. I think you're going to get even more enjoyment out of this, even more replayability out of this. There's nothing saying you have to do all these realms in order. I would suggest that you just play them in order, but you could do any of them and any set you want. So if there's a particular one that you think is really puzzly and cool, and you want to play it on a different difficulty level, like you want to put more cards in that to make it more difficult, you could totally do that and go back through and play it in a harder mode. So yes, so if you like Set a Watch, this is definitely a auto buy and a must have for the Set a Watch collection. Really liked it. That's just what you come, basically just what you come with it. Overview, a very brief overview of what it does and my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching.